What is up, everybody? Welcome to Rev Time. I'm sure you're all asking, why is old Uncle Shawn sitting there playing a Toto song, Hold the Line? Well, it's because I actually love that song. But this idea for this video came about from me perusing past videos. There was a video I did a few weeks ago where I was basically comparing a G2 to a G3 to just help people figure out which one might be best for them. And there was a guy who had left a comment, a guitar cat, RK's Music Life. And in a nutshell, he said, I'm trying to aim for that classic early Toto / pre-Bradshaw tone. Would you recommend the G2 for that? And when I read that, I thought, man, that's interesting. Let me try it. I'm sure you can, but I just wanted to try it. And in the process of taking a run at it, I decided to turn it into a video. So first of all, when I think about Mr. Lukather, first things first, I can't play anything like that dude. He is just a rascal of a guitar player. I love his playing. But when I think about early Steve Lukather and what this gentleman is saying pre-Bradshaw, I think of that would have been before Mr. Lukather started using Mesa Mark III amps and was using Bradshaw rigs. There may have been early iterations of Mr. Bradshaw's work because he was really starting to take off, especially in that like Mark III era. He was starting to use MIDI and routing and latch function switching, so you could switch between the amps, you could switch the channels on the amps. It was getting crazy. But before that, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe Mr. Lukather was using a Les Paul. It might have been an old like 59 Les Paul. It's worth like 2 of my houses. And basically Marshall amps. There's rumors of early like Rivera amps that he was killing it on. I mean, he sounds so great no matter what he plays through, but I believe it was more Marshall-esque back then. He was playing Marshalls. Now the G2 can certainly do that. So the first thing, song that just popped into my head. Now, I'm not a Toto aficionado. I like Toto, but I haven't nerded out on them to the degree that I know every single record and what have you. But that song, Hold the Line, was the first song that popped in to my head. So I'm using my D20. It is running direct using my 4x12 IR. So the D20 in this case, I do have it breaking up a little bit. Not a lot, but just a little. And I think most overdrive and distortion pedals always sound better into an amp that's got a little bit of breakup. I've demoed the G2. If I was demoing this again, I would run the amp dead clean. But in this case, we're kind of, getting a tone. We're trying to assimilate that early Steve Lukather tone with Toto. So I'm letting that break up a little bit, and then the rest, of course, is the pedal. And I'm going to turn things down just a little bit. I'm running some reverb and delay in Pro Tools, but I can turn it down. So that to me sounds really close. The reason I have the bass rolled off is you can obviously use a lot of low end and it sounds bigger, but those tones didn't have a ton of low end. They were very tight and focused, and they did have a little bit more gain. Like I'm probably running a little too much gain, so that will let you know that there's plenty of gain on tap to get that tone. So I found that the pedal worked best in the red for that sound, but I kept going back and forth because when I think of early Lukather, I also think of like the Hydra record, which I think was the second record after the first Toto release. And that riff that I'll probably screw up, but it was something like that. To me, the blue mode sounded better because there's a different upper mid there. And if I just add a little bit more gain, Or even, I think one of the tunes on there is called White Sister. Yeah. I lean towards the blue for that, but when I think Hold the Line, I think the red mode sounds better. Here's how it sounds in the blue mode. I don't know, I'm kind of torn between the two modes. I go back and forth. I like the mids that are in the blue mode. And then I think, you know, solo-wise, you can turn up the gain, maybe turn down the, you can go back to the red mode, maybe turn down the low end and do the more... Like I said, I can't play it like Steve. It's something like that is the stuff that he does. And actually that reminds me of, like, there's a ballad solo, and actually it's on Toto 4, so I can't really apply it to this pedal, but I'll bet you I can get that tone. The song's called Hold You Back Now. It's like this beautiful ballad, but there's a solo in the middle of it, and I know I'm going to get this wrong. I'm just trying to play it off the top of my head, but I just thought of it while I was goofing around. Let me see if I can do it. I think in the blue mode, it should get me there. And you know what? I'll go ahead and do, you know, a little more verb and delay just to see. That's pretty close. So, coming back around to answer RK's question, I think you can. Yeah, you can get really close. This, I think, is a little more of maybe like a modded Marshall tone, but being able to roll the lows out and really get it to sound focused definitely works. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You know, some of you may not be Toto fans or Steve Lukather fans. I, you know, bow down to Mr. Lukather. The guy is an absolute beast of a guitar player. If you don't listen to, you know, Toto, maybe, you know, browse through some stuff or catch some live playing, and it might kind of wake you up to some different tones and playing and just ideas. But yeah, I just wanted to make a video out of this and see if we could get those kind of like pre-Bradshaw Steve Lukather tones. So thanks so much for watching. Please comment below, click the likes, hit the bell, subscribe. That's the best way you can help this channel and allow me to continue to do what I'm doing. All right, you guys, we will see you next time.